Gentlemen, welcome to the league. We have 1 versus 1 game here for the Napoleon Total War, the league of the Napoleon Total War. The map is the Homestead, and we have TsR Red versus VM Morse. So, Red is here, this guy, he's playing as Austria, and he brought 1 German Fusiliers, Hungarian Grenadiers behind them, Uhlans, 1 light infantry, the Grangers, 47 Czech regiment, Hungarian Fusiliers, several regular lancers. That's something between light and heavy cavalry units, mostly cavalry. 1 Archduke Ferdinand Cuirassiers, Hungarians, a very good general, Joseph Alvinci, 1st Hussars, another Granger, Germans, Hungarian Fusiliers, Grangers, Archduke's Legion, and here as left he got 1 German Fusilier. From the opposite side, here is Morse playing as Franz. Monsieur, mon ami. Let's see what he has. He got a young guard here, a Swiss foot, an old guard, 1 Voltiger, another young guard, full of elite here at his right flank, a Swiss foot at his center, 2 Voltigers, another young guard over there, another Voltiger over there, young guard, Swiss foot, and an old guard. And also he got 1 Lancer unit here, Chasseurs shooter craft, 2 of them, 3, and a classic general staff. So this guy is full of elites, 4 young guards, 2 old guards, and 4 Voltigers, and I think 2 Swiss foot, maybe 3, yeah. 2 Swiss foot. So, Red, he has that small area around here. There is a choke point, so it's not easy to attack from that side, and he got his light infantry around here, though maybe... Oh, here's the first police in the game. The Grangers, they're engaging that Voltigers over there, but they are 2 versus 1, and they're losing morale, and they're losing men pretty fast. I don't think it's wise to stay there and fight that 2 Voltiger unit. This map is one of the most interesting maps because the terrain is so difficult, and there are so many choke points, and you can guard some of them around here, which will make the opponents move from both sides to be harder to cross them. But there are some open spaces like this one, and here which you can concentrate your firepower and attack from there, and maybe the flanks over here, which it has some forest and trees. So the fight is still going on here, and now we have the opposite thing, that that Voltigers are losing morale because probably that Granger is shooting at them. I'm not sure if those guys was in a skirmish formation, I'm not sure at all. But these guys, they are not for sure. Actually, at my humble opinion, I think that Voltigers are mostly for defense and not for offense. Meanwhile, now that the game is a little bit played, oh sorry about that, we have that French cav trying to attack to those Grangers, while Morse has the 4 line units here fighting the 2 Austrian Grangers, but maybe he will try to he will sacrifice 1 of his cavalry units. They might get shot by these dudes over here, but after that the terrain is in favor for France, and you can see that this foot infantry, which they are forming square, the Czech regiment, the line of sight is not good. but that cav wasn't followed by the light infantry or the foot infantry, so I think it's a waste of a good unit over there. Meanwhile, Red tried to engage his German Fusiliers versus the Young Guard, but the morale is dropping, so I don't think that's a wise choice and right move to do. Also, Morsk is covering his flanks with one Swiss foot and the Young Guard around here. They all got very close to them and one Chauchet Sasseval ready to engage the enemy cav. Meanwhile, we have some action over here. We have the French lines advancing. That Swiss foot is ready to engage that militia and they're gonna win the fight for sure. While the old guard is gonna take that route and they will try to get themselves here from the side. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why these guys keep losing morale all the time. Maybe because no, there's no Czech regiment there. There they are. I'm not sure why. The old guard is around, and these guys, they can be. They're gonna give a boost to that Swiss foot to morale. But I think Morse made an unwise choice by sending his cav over there without supporting that charge with the foot infantry. Meanwhile, Red is making some changes here. He brought his Grangers here to his left, and now he got the opportunity to give some nice shots to that young guard. You can see that all the French light infantry is concentrated to the center. So nice move, bold move from Morse. He's going to push forward his young guard to meet that Granger unit, but the Granger is going to kite a little bit, and that's the wise thing to do. So let's see what happened. 9 men with that first volley, that barrage, the first barrage from the Granger unit. But that flank here is also vulnerable because there are 2 French cavalry units versus 2, but I think that French cav can take can take down that Uhlans and the first of Hussars. Meanwhile, there's a quiet around here, and there are some stakes here on the flanks that will provide some kind of cover to the enemy cavalry. So, after a short period of nothing, we have some engagement here. The French lines, they are coming up to that to cross that choke point. We have some stationary German Fusiliers around here, which probably they will try to attack. To what? I'm not sure. But there are some reinforcements coming, Guardians, and the Young Guard. The Young Guard is trying to cross that choke point, and it won't be easy for the French lines to cross that because it's so narrow there. And yeah, you can see that he's double teaming that Young Guard, and that will cost him their casualties. Drop to 97 men. Nice job here from Red, but he will suffer some casualties from the Voltiger unit. And at the same time, he's going to commit his several leggers, yes. But that Young Guard is out of the choke point, and now he's going to follow him. Oh, bad. I think that's a bad choice too. Bad, very bad. Don't do that, man. Whoever's go inside that choke point, he will get massacred. So another short period of nothing. We have some movement here. Red, he's pushing he's marching forward his grunging unit, and you can clearly see what the affection of that old guard to that morale. Excuse me. Now we have 4 units versus 4, and Voltige coming from the center to give an aid versus that Granger unit. But I can see movement here because the French land here, they are advancing here from the left, an old guard and a young guard, and Cheval is going from the side, and now Red, he's gonna retreat his right flank because I don't think that these guys can handle that old guard and young guard. And also there is a Swiss foot, 85 men, another full unit here of Swiss foot. So they're doing the exact same thing. The formation, it's like an S. See? So a small engagement here. These guys are losing morale because they are doubled in by the Swiss foot, the Voltigers, and they are losing men pretty fast, and I don't think that it's a wise choice for Red to stay there and fight those 2 units. Meanwhile, we have some movement because the old guard and the young guard is advancing, and they will try to meet that Granger unit because now they're running. Yeah, they're running. Okay, I'm gonna open the map. So the Grangers are just in range to shoot that old guard. Okay, we are back again into the game. The direction of the battlefield changed to this way. You can see here from the minimap that we have an horizontal change to that the battlefield. France now is advancing the left strong flank. The old guards, Swiss foot around here, Swiss foot, and now Red, he's in deep trouble because though this is a really good defensive hill, there's no room to maneuver, and though he has the high ground, yeah, that old guard can kill him really easy. Meanwhile, we have some action at the left side as well. Let's watch from here because there is action to both flanks and I can't watch it at the same time. We have that Czech Legion and the German Fusiliers opposing to Old Guard and the Young Guard. I think the odds are not in favor for Austria. Also, there is 2 shooter cav, no, one shooter cav and 1 lancer unit behind that flank, French flank. And I'm not sure if that light infantry has any ammunition left. So I don't think that this is a game that the light infantry can win for you. And these guys are just holding the ranks around here and trying to push the enemy units back. But now Morse is doing a very nice move because he's sending 3 units versus 2 to that Austrian flank. So 2 versus 1. I think the Uhlans are gonna get out of the game pretty soon. You see the morale, and I think the young guard should shoot that square. Yeah, the German Fusiliers, they are no match for these guys. Also, the actual Charles Legion, they are not much for an old guard and the Swiss foot. Though these guys that are under fire from the side, I don't think they're gonna make it alive. So, foot infantry square from the old guard. The general staff is around, and what he's doing?
Our men are running,
Okay,
sir.
boost morale. He's boosting morale. So now there's a golden chance for the first Hoosiers to encounter that general staff and maybe kill him. But the old guard, I don't think that could make any serious difference. So the Uhlans now they are charging to that Swiss foot. Probably these guys that did the square at the last literally moment, and the Austrian general is around to inspire his men. Joseph is around. Oh man, what is going on? Why you're retreating? You should let that old guy stay there and commit Dutch lances to stop them. So, really good charge here from the Austrian center. There is double teaming that Swiss foot, and now he's going to commit his Savolegas versus that Swiss foot. So, he's going to change direction. He's going to head for that French cav, and he made an actual direct order to shoot that French cav. So the French general
Our
now
men are running, sir.
is in a bad situation. He's routing. Yeah, he managed to rout that general. And guess what? The old guard and the rest of the gang is dead. So the young guard now is in a square formation, and that young guard over there is under heavy fire from that German Fusilier. So that young guard is going to get cut off from the main core of the army. Probably these guys are gonna rout pretty soon. 63 men they're dropping, and they will count casualties from the upcoming Austrian units. So, Morse is trying to save that young guard from the side, and he deployed stakes over here. These guys, they have a really bad position. But Morse, to save the day, he will try to push his flank versus that Austrian right flank. Yeah.
Our men are running, sir. One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
And here's the French charge here to that right flank. So the old guard is coming around. The young guard and the Swiss foot, they are losing time to shoot that German Fusiliers, while that Swiss foot is watching that Czech regiment from that side. So maybe he will commit a charge to that Swiss foot. Probably. But the actual charge cruciers, they are coming here to save the day in the flank, but he will form the square at the last moment. 68 men are still holding, and that young guard should turn a little bit and meet that German Fusiliers from the side, while the old guard is killing that Hungarians from the side. So the Swiss foot now is out of square.
Sir, our general is under attack.
And the Gregers are going to turn themselves to shoot that upcoming French lines. Nice move here from Red, and while the Swiss foot is holding versus the Czech regiment over there. But the young guard won the fight versus that German Fusiliers. The German Fusiliers, they are not good in melee as the Hungarians are. And that old guard is advancing to meet that Hungarians over there. These guys there can really kill them in no time. Meanwhile, Morse turned that Swiss foot from the side and killed that Grangers. And he took that Swiss foot out of the fight for that Czech regiment. But at my humble opinion, he could win the fight over there. So the young guard took place over here. And probably they're gonna get themselves up there while I can't see the Austrian general. Where is he? He routed. Something happened here that I missed it. So, the thing is that while Morse lost plenty of his troops here at his right flank, he's winning the left flank fight. Without a general, he's advancing to meet that French lines. You see the effect of the old guard here to that Hungarian's Fusiliers morale. Though you see that these guys, they have a really good morale, but not against the old guard. So I think Red lost his general. Yeah, maybe somewhere around here he went to stakes, something like that. Because I can't really see. Yeah, no general, no general. Yeah, no general, and you can see that the entire army of his now is in a bad shape with the morale. Now it's a golden opportunity for France to hunt them down and kill them. Okay, let's fast forward. Okay, it's actually like it says, they are changing position and information. Now Red has 4 line units here versus the 2 French, the old guard and the young guard. So Morse is gonna do something. That's not nice, man. Actually, that's a bad tactic. He's a good player, but that was bad. Don't form squares, guys. No, it's not good. So the bad thing for Morse, though, his units here, they do not have a very space to deploy properly. I think that deployment here is wrong, because these guys, they can be surrounded by 4 units and get destroyed. Meanwhile, Morse is holding his right flank with those troops over there. But if he don't do anything good here, that those guys, they might. Oh, he's doing it again. So the young guard and the old guard was forming squares to increase the range. So oh my god. So Red is going to do the same here. Okay, an eye for an eye. Okay, I don't approve that act, guys. Okay, but approve it or not, it's your game. Meanwhile, we have some movement here at the right French flank. These Hungarians can lose from the young guard, and this is a really good time for France to kill that unit over there. Nice volleys here from the young guard. And the Czech regiment is going in. Yeah, is going in, and this is a very bad choice. Yeah, I think this is very bad. You can't think that you can attack that area over there, man. Nice volleys from the Grangers. Nice volleys from the Grangers. And that Hungarians are shooting probably that young guard, but with the limit. Yeah,
Our men are running,
that's bad shots over there. Also, that was bad. What I tell you, the Czech regiment now is shooting, and it's shooting because there wasn't room here to deploy properly, and Red sacrificed 1 good unit for nothing. Meanwhile, that young guard is still winning the fight here versus the Hungarians, and I think Austria now is in a bad situation, because the numbers and the units are in favor for France. And if I was France, then I would have committed that young guard to hunt down the Hungarians and kill them. These guys, they can't do many things. They are 48, they have less morale than these guys, a young guard, and I don't think that they can do anything good. So, meanwhile, Laird is doing something good here. He's pushing, he's directing his graders to meet that unit over there. I'm not sure what he wants to shoot at. Probably the Swissfoot, but he's in a very bad position. He's getting too close to that unit. Though these guys are 77 men, don't take them back. Shoot them. Shoot them, man.
Our men are running, sir.
Guardians back there, they are lost, they are rooting. The Czech regiment came back into the game, and I think that Swissfoot, maybe they are out of ammunition as the voltages over here, because they are not shooting. No, this guy has still got ammunition. But I think Red made a terrible mistake over here. Meanwhile, the young guard over here, they're undershot by those Hungarian grenadiers and the Hungarian fusiliers. There are 2 versus 1, and there are 66 men. So, to save the day, France should advance the right flank versus to the left Austrian, retreat the left because they are advancing here and they got more units than him, and foot infantry square, the Axis, they're gonna come to that square, but these guys now they're ready. Also, this is bad. One of those units should stay there and shoot that square. So now he's heading for that old guard. Probably these guys are gonna suffer. Oh, that's his goal. That's his goal again. He's gonna shoot with everything he got. That old guard. Yeah. He knows that if he takes that old guard out of the game, then he might have a chance to win it without a general. So the Archduke, they're still holding. The old guard there is in a square. The Swissfoot is around here to provide some kind of cover to the old guard, the retreating old guard. And now he got a good opportunity. But he's losing time. He's losing time here. He's losing time.
Our men are running, sir.
The bad thing for Austria is that the Archduke's Ferdinand Cuirassiers, they're out of the game, and the old guard is still alive. So, the young guard, 2 young guards here, they're trying to make a line versus the upcoming Austrian lines. And at the same time, the right French flank is trying to push that left Austrian. The Czech regiment now, they're trying to take position around here to the side of the young guard and shoot them, but that German fusilier is under heavy fire and they are losing morale. So we have some depleted voltages, as I said before, and probably they're gonna make a charge to the Grangers. Yeah, probably to the Grangers, while the old guard is trying to take that back actual just legion.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
Meanwhile, we have some Cuirassiers came back into the game, 70 men. That's so impressive. So the Hungarians probably they're gonna melee that old guard. Maybe these guys can form the square and defend themselves, but no, they're gonna shoot at them. While the Swissfoot, maybe these guys are out of ammunition.
Our men are running, sir.
The bad thing for the Austrian flank is that though that young guard managed to kill that Hungarians, and these guys now they are losing morale. Though the young guard is losing as well because the big double team by those 2 guys. So the old guard 44 in the number, they can't form the square, and there is an upcoming charging Ferdinand Cuirassiers over there. The
Our
young
men
guard,
are running,
though,
sir.
they can't form the square. And here is the young guard try to defend that flank from the upcoming Austrian lines, the Czech regiment and the German fusiliers. But Morse is going to turn his Swissfoot to help that young guard, because these guys are losing morale. They are getting themselves dumped in, but the bad thing for Austria is that without the general and the elites around here, the French elites, all those units now they are looting. Though that unit came into the game, but now the Austrian player Red is in a bad trouble because actually most of his army is rooting.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
A couple of units will come back into the game, but when the old gun will get too close to them, they're gonna root for sure. And that flank over here is getting overflanked by that Swiss foot. Let's see if Swiss foot has any. Oh, the position is very bad. So here we have a melee charge. Yeah, they're still breaking. They can't do anything here. The presence of the old guard will bring them down. So, but Red is trying
Our men are running,
to save the day, but he can't without general. Yeah. So the Czech regiment is going to commit the charge. Let's watch it. Where are these guys? Look. Nice charge from the Czech regiment, but there is another Swiss foot back there, ready to shoot at them. They've managed to break the Swiss foot over here. Nice job from the Czech regiment, but also nice job from that Swiss foot over there. They're gonna charge? Yeah, they're gonna charge for sure. 2 chevrons for that Czech regiment.
All hope is lost, sir. This battle is almost done.
So that was the game, ladies and gentlemen. Good game to both players, and you can see clearly that that was a really close game. So thank you all for watching. Bye bye.